Welcome back to the channel. Now, if you think this video was recorded at the same time as the previous one, you're absolutely right. But in this video, I'm going to talk about the sixth and penultimate catalyst principle, building in a scalable, incremental and iterative fashion. Now, over my career, I've seen way too many IT projects that have aimed for a big bang approach, trying to deliver everything, all functionality at once. Now, the problem with this is that requirements in the business world change rapidly. So in some cases, requirements were even out of date before the development had even started. Now, trying to plan these large projects, in my view, and the term that I've always said, is management by miracle, and it very rarely happens. This, of course, was the foundation of the Agile ways of working and the Agile manifesto. Now, regardless of all of the discussion about whether Agile is still relevant, we know there are better ways, and I think we all know by now that we should constantly seek ways that are more flexible, scalable, and responsive to change. And that's what the catalyst approach is all about. So let me look at this in a little bit more detail. So, as I've already said, large complex system overhauls take too long, they cost too much, and they often don't deliver value until the end. And thus, you're storing up all of the project risk right to the end of the project, when changes are more expensive to fix and business value may have diminished significantly. So what's the solution? Well, small incremental steps. Design systems one step at a time. They deliver value as early as possible to reduce risk and cost. Minimal viable products, if anyone's familiar with Agile. They adapt based on real-world feedback and changing business requirement instead of assumptions. So here comes one of my favourite sayings. Do just enough, just in time, but with a long-term outlook. As usual in my videos, let me look at a real-world example. And this time I'm going to look at Netflix migration to the cloud. Now, Netflix didn't switch to Amazon Web Services overnight. They migrated service by service, testing each step before moving forward. This incremental approach minimized risk and ensured a smooth transition. And now I want to talk about transition architectures. Well, what is a transition architecture? Well, a transition architecture is a temporary stepping stone that allows systems to evolve incrementally. As an example, let's look at the modernization of an e-commerce checkout, something that we're all familiar with given the advent of online shopping. So we have an old system which is monolithic, and it's got a monolithic checkout process that's slow and hard to update. We could take a big bang approach and rewrite the entire system all at once, but this would be very risky, and as I've said, not only that, but it would be expensive. Let's look at an alternative incremental approach. So, first, introduce an API for payment processing. Then modularize the shipping module. Finally, move all checkout features to a microservices architecture. Now, the result of this is that business operations continue smoothly. Changes are tested gradually, and failures don't bring down the entire system. We know that this approach works. I've been there, I've done it, and as I say, I've got the t-shirt, this one. But how does this work? Deliver small but meaningful improvements. Instead of over-engineering solutions, focus on what's needed now without blocking future scalability. Learn and adjust with each iteration. Gather real-world user feedback and fine-tune accordingly. Always design with a long-term outlook. If something has not got a long-term outlook, you may question whether you actually want to do it at all. Small steps don't mean short-sighted decisions. Each iteration should align with the overall vision, that vision that you've got of where you're going, that roadmap. Don't wait to launch the perfect system. Start small, iterate fast, and scale smart. There's a famous quote attributed to Winston Churchill, who was the British wartime leader, for those that are not familiar. He said, "Perfection is the enemy of progress," which means that striving for unattainable perfection can hinder actual progress and completion, as it can lead to procrastination and the inability to finish projects. So let's bring this video to an end then by looking at how you can apply the principles to your own projects. Step 1 is to break down the architecture into iterative phases. Define small, manageable milestones instead of one massive final goal. Step 2, deliver just enough at each step. Avoid building extra features too soon. Focus on what is needed now. Step 3, validate and adjust before scaling. Test in real-world conditions and tweak before making large-scale investments. And remember, the key phase at all times, just enough, just in time, but always with the future in mind. In a quick recap then of the 6th catalyst principle, architect in a scalable, incremental and iterative fashion. Big bang projects are risky. Small incremental changes are safer and smarter. Transition architectures help evolve systems smoothly instead of forcing massive overhauls. And again, and I can't say this enough, just enough, just in time ensures that systems stay agile, scalable, and adaptable. That's the end of this video. So if you found it useful, don't forget to give me a like. Please subscribe to the platform and the videos. And comment about, have you ever worked on a big bang project? How did it go? And on the other side, if you've got some tales about agile development and the benefits there, then I'd be more than happy to hear about them in the comments. So hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.